excellent morning session. I know that we are nearing lunchtime. I'll try to complete my session in a very short period. Okay, since the scope for interdisciplinary research and smart tourism analytics and cultural route, the objective of this session is to encourage the new research scholars to do their research, in an interdisciplinary way. That means a scholar from Tamil department should join with the computer science department and then try to do something innovatively, because creativity comes from interdisciplinary projects. As you must be knowing, in the morning session, Sir has given an elaborate, the possibilities of converting into this ancient trade route into a cultural route. Okay, so how technology plays a major role here. That is about I'm going to discuss. Okay, so the motivation for this is digital reconstruction of an ancient Indian trade routes with the clustering of towns for the specific items of the trade, connecting them with Eastern and Western world port cities. Okay, so there are many routes connecting Korkai and other world port towns. So in this interdisciplinary project, we are going to, through a case study, I would like to give you this intercontinental trade with a kind of immersive experience when a tourist or when a guide, if he is trying to connect to the entire world through online mode. Okay, that is the objective of this session, to improve the public awareness about ancient trade routes and provide web-enabled immersive experience. How to go about it? So, Sir Sonamari, it's an ocean by itself. Each itself is a different subject. Okay, now let us try to understand how to reconstruct digitally and how to improve the public awareness, how to give immersive experience. Okay, that is the objective of this session and motivation. So this is going to be a research case study, digital reconstruction of ancient trade route, a case study of web-enabled heritage smart tourism analytics. People are talking about smart tourism analytics and how we are going to convert this ancient trade route into a saleable commercial tourism product. Okay, that can be possible only with the help of technology. How? Let us see one by one. Okay, then the design and development of a new heritage smart tourism product of this route using interdisciplinary research expertise of Tamil, computer science, history, commerce, archaeology, we require even management and even engineering scholars. Okay, how? We have to apply ICT, information and communication technologies, to create geographically mapped supply chain cluster towns first, along with ports and inscription, with the evidence of inscription and literature. Okay, and then only the buyer of the software will have that virtual immersive experience. Okay, this is a research case study on source town connecting port town. In this case study, we are taking Tandikudi as a source town and Korkai as a port town. Okay, the project outcome is a web-enabled heritage tourism product design. See, it is a huge task, and we are going to give how we are going to design. Okay, that is the objective of what is the approach we need to design such products. I have designed one such, and you can have. There are plenty of opportunities, to design more products like this. Okay, so not only that, after the project outcome of creating a new tourism product, we'll have to train them. The new concept should be trained to the trainers of a tourism industry. That's another challenge. So we have got a lot of challenges. Let us see the challenges one by one. Okay, then a lot of literature, sir, the Rajavali sir would have explained about the various literature review, contemporary related research studies with respect to this study. Okay, and I have done certain literature review with respect to technology, and the main challenge for anybody who's interested in this project to create his own tourism product, heritage tourism product, would be how to identify the theme. Okay, there should be a theme. Okay, and source point, destination point of your ancient trade. Okay, that you should be very clear about it. And see, like yesterday, we have just started to explore various new places. Clearly is emerging. Shivagala is another area, and Alangulam is yet to It's got so many resources yet to be explored. And Adichinallur, even after 15 years of excavation, the report has not yet been published. Once it comes out, we don't know what is going to be there. Okay, because it offers a lot of scope for new technology people to get into this venture. It's no more Tamil project, history project. This is a purely commerce project. No way. Okay, the creative product should be purely interdisciplinary. Okay, and in this, I have taken black pepper as a premium product. There are so many items they were trading. So we have taken black pepper, and why black pepper and how to connect. So with the black pepper, I'm going to give theme for my product. That is my culture route. Okay. What are the respective merchant guilds? Sir would have talked about so many things. So India is such a huge country. Even 2000 years ago, there were so many merchant guilds. Okay. So here we have to identify the theme. So we have identified the material, that is black pepper, and we have to identify which merchant guild. Okay, there were many merchant guilds. Now what I'm going to say you all is go for Ainu Truvar. Okay, the Ainu Truvar merchant guild is a Tamil merchant guild, and it's a combination of some 1,000 people are there per guild. Okay, they used to travel across the country. They were involved in intercontinental trade. Okay. So still a lot of things to be explored. Okay. And what are the ancient port towns included for this supply chain? Though there are, see, Chera, Pandya, Cholo, these two Movendargal, okay, they were concentrating on, for Pandyas it was Korkai, for Cholas it was Kaveri Pumbuttinam, for Cheras it was Pattinam, that is Vanji, okay, Musiri Pattinam, okay. So here we are focusing only on, for our product, we are narrowing down to the resource scope with respect to only Korkai. Okay. Then, how to cluster the trajectory data points and build destination branding. Okay. So now, if you are going to build this as a tourism product, you should be very clear about your source point. You should be clear about your destination point. And with respect to the smart city, remember, it's a part of smart tourism is a part of smart city, and smart city is none other than our Madurai. Okay, so whatever we do, okay, with respect to Madurai, suppose a person who comes to visit Korkai, Korkai is how far away it is from Madurai, where he will be staying, because it attracts, major attraction is from the international tourists. They'll be coming and staying. So suppose somebody wants to stay in Chennai, somebody wants to stay in Madurai, visit Korkai, and then see all these underwater archaeology, visit and all. If he wants to expedite, then how many days it will take? These kind of support services, decision support system, you will have to provide in this material. Okay, so this is what the requirement is all about, sources of, and then if you are talking about the dynastical rule and other things, then you'll have to give the source of inscription, where you got this inscription, and what are the literary evidence, and interpretation should be correct. Okay, so one Sangam age literature reference, Dr. Rajal was very much interested is பொன்னோடு வந்து கரியோடு பெயர்ந்த வழங்கெழு முசிறி. ஓகே, முசிறி பட்டணத்துக்கு தங்கத்தோட வந்து கப்பல் நிறைய தங்கத்தோட வந்து மிளகை ஏத்திட்டு போகுது. ஸோ அவ்வளவு பொன் செழித்த ஊரா நம்ம நாடு இருந்திருக்கு. ஓகே, ஸோ ஹவ் ஆர் வி கோயிங் டு, அண்ட் த வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் area is how are you going to select the state-of-the-art technologies, mobile app, or there are so many technology, computer science technology, which you are going to talk about. Okay, then I will tell you what to choose, how to choose. Okay, if your product is to be a successful one, you have to be very careful on this. So this is how, see, these are all the takeaways. We are going to brand our city, smart city Madurai. It's the keyword is called destination branding. Okay, then you'll have to identify the theme. Okay, you should be very clear about your theme. See, in our case, it's a case study. In our case study, we're going to talk about black pepper intercontinental trade. How Tamils, they were able to source the pepper from the hill station, brought them down, and then through Korkai port, how they exported to various countries. Okay, as Sir would have told you, it takes for about 3 months to reach Rome. How did they reach? Even during that time, the competition was there with China's Silk Route. Ours is a part of spice route. How there is competition and all those things. If you have to, if you are able to visually give this tourism experience to the buyer of your product, then you will be successful. So This is the Silk Route and Spice Route. The red one starting from China and reaching Europe is a Silk Route. Then this blue color one starting from Japan and reaching Europe is called Silk Route. There were so many trading merchant guilds and their international level, how they were doing all those things, how our product is going to be part of it. Only then it will be a your product should have a transnational importance. So the objective of this study is how are you going to convert your ancient trade route into a cultural route. Cultural route involves a lot of transnational activities. How are you going to bring all those things? So this is the these are all the macro level goals, and we are going to give value chain integration. Okay. And what are the objectives? You should know what is, you have to define what is smart heritage tourism. You have to define the word smart very clearly, and you have to find the stakeholders of the culture route and the period and rule of dynasty, whether it is a Pandyan dynasty or Chera dynasty or it's a Chola dynasty. With respect to the rule of dynasty, it should be very clear and the evidence should be brought into the scenario. Otherwise, this will not be internationally accepted. Okay. And then to select and focus on premium products traded with respect to the theme opted. Okay. In our case, we are very clear about black pepper, and there are so many materials and the researchers can select their own. So without, if you are doing it on a macro level research, it will be very difficult to convert it into a culture route. Okay. So whichever, there are so many source points, so many destination points, you think about your own. Here we are doing only an experiment of one case study, particular study with respect to only black pepper. Okay. So as I told you, what is the organizational group of people who were involved in this intercontinental trade? And though there were so many merchant guilds, we are going to talk about only Ainuchuar. Okay. And how to collect data with respect to inscription, literary evidences, and what are all the challenges? How are you going to, which are all the software technologies you are going to take for tourism product design framework? It's a very big challenge. Okay, it's a real challenge, I'll tell you. So with all these macro goals and the literature survey, let us define the problem very clearly. Design and development of a web-enabled new heritage smart tourism product of Indian trade route to provide virtual immersive experience. Okay, this immersive experience is a cognitive terminology which you must try to really understand, apply. Okay. And the other part of this problem is, research problem is how to classify the tourist arrival pattern and tourism demand forecasting. So we are all interested in, you may be promoting one particular tourism product, but the West has to, I mean, the people has to accept. Okay. So how to classify, for which you need real computer science technologies, technology like big data technology and deep learning, machine learning, how to apply with all those things. Let me proceed. And we have defined the problem, how to get the data, and you can refer Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, you name it, you have it. Okay. All data are available openly. Okay. You can visit and you can download. Okay. So the problem definition is very clear, and the data sources has been explained very clear. Now we'll move to why it is called interdisciplinary. Let us assume that, you know, we are reconstructing, that we are giving digital reconstruction of an ancient trade route as a hybrid mobile app. We are all using mobile app, various mobile apps. Now the new trend is hybrid mobile app. It should work in laptop, it should work in your mobile, it should work always in your desktop computer. Not only that, your tourism product as an app, maybe a person may be using it. Then you should have a payment gateway. You should be able to, anybody across the world should be able to pay and get the services. Okay. So that e-commerce and computer science ought to be embedded in the proposed product. Okay. So a mere computer science algorithm experience will not help. How to really design the payment gateway with respect to different banking, and because, you know, across the world there are so many customers, you know, with different currency. So how to, your product is not a a Tamil product, or it's an Indian product, it's an international product. So how to evolve, how to have strategy, all this should be. And Tamil mercantile is part of a in history. Of trade, coins, trade agreement, as the famous Mushri agreement, trade agreement, Mushri Papyrus. Okay, what Rajavali sir was in the morning session he was discussing, it's all commerce related terminologies. Okay. So in mobile app, everything will be in the form of content. You'll have to write content. So without the interdisciplinary approach, without the exchange of ideas with commerce and computer science, it would be impossible to give a world-class product, because not even a single product is available at present. If students or scholars, if they really want to venture into this, you can really become successful. Now, so this culture, this product, it is not only promoting heritage point of view. It has to have a natural tourism spot also. Along with the heritage site, it should have a hill station like Kodaikanal here, because on the way, a customer is a customer, will expect more services from the product. Okay, so a kind of tourism management expectation is also necessary for all the developers. You should have, your designing is very, very important, and content is very, very important. And the next point is, you have to demand. You have to, the tourism demand should be modeled. How it is going to for another 1 month, how the tourist traffic will be, how many people will German will come to us, how many people from US will visit Madurai. You'll have to demand that. I mean, you have to model the demand of your tourism product. Then it is in economics. Okay, and you have got different. I mean, there are several ports. There are several towns connecting port. How to group cluster it and form it as a clusters. Okay, these trade clusters and destination towns. It's a destination and market intelligence comes under business intelligence. Is another area of management specialty. Okay, and you have to give, you have to link those towns geographically and technically to the mobile app. Then you have to have geographical mapping technology with respect to archaeological. The project outcome is a smart heritage tourism product. Okay, it's a mobile app. Okay, it comes under smart heritage tourism product, that we should be very clear. So it is clearly proved that interdisciplinary expertise of Tamil, epigraphy, history, economics, commerce, management, and computer, and all these expertise are needed to develop a successful one, very good product. That is a objective. Sir? Okay. Now, what are the challenges in smart tourism product design and computer science technologies? See, demand modeling and destination market intelligence using big data analytics. Okay. If you want to really model the demand, you have to apply big data analytics. Okay, it is an advanced computer science area. Okay, that I will just give a few guidelines so that you will try to understand what is big data analytics. We all know data analytics. What is big data? What is the difference between data and big data? How to get into all these things? Okay, I'll explain. First, let us try to familiarize the terminologies of this computer science so that you'll be in a position to apply them in your product design. Okay. So, sir has told so many inscriptions, so many pottery inscription and all those things. How to decipher? Suppose a Frenchman, just by going through it, how he can understand? So with a mobile app enabled translation services, the mobile app should read the inscription and immediately translate into the native language. It is possible. Okay, the technologies narrow down all those things, and it is very much possible. Only then you will be able to impress the customer. Okay. So the technology called natural language processing and image processing techniques are very much important. So you and me, I know that it is Tamil inscription. How the other fellow will know? What is the real interpretation of that? That is a $1 million question. It has to be really applied. Okay. And the data source. The data source may be somewhere else. How to extract, translate, and then load into a cloud application so that it can be interpreted. Okay, it involves a huge area called Internet of Things and image processing. And Sir was telling about deep sea structures, hidden structure, Kaveri Pumbettinam. Now it's dating back to 20,000 years. Okay, you must have read in the news article in the Hindu. Okay, so even at this present availability of our resources, we are able to predict this. It is dating back to 20,000 years. Imagine if the real marine archaeology happens, then the antiquity of Tamil Nadu, Kaveri Pumbettinam will touch heaven. Okay. Then How to visualize the deep sea roads connecting eastern and western world. This comes under geographical mapping, another terminology called geospatial data analytics. Okay, it is another specialization that should be really brought into your product. And then we are talking about immersive experience. What is that immersive experience? It can be brought only by the technology called augmented reality or virtual reality. And given the various wavelengths, suppose you want to visit Kodaikanal, okay, through your mobile app, then you have to see how Pillar Rock is all about. Okay, then you can use through mobile rock, you're using your mobile itself, you can visualize, you can see the Pillar Rock, and with a 360-degree view, you can really feel as though you're seeing it on your eyes physically. Okay, so this is the very latest technology, augmented technology, reality and virtual reality. These are all the things which should be embedded in your new system. And what is Silk Road? Okay, you see the map, it starts from China and goes to Europe. Okay, so how are we going to link our spice route with Silk Road? Okay, already China is emerging like anything. It's a production-oriented economy, and unlike US, US is a technology-based economy. Ours is a service-oriented economy. Okay, the real production-oriented economy will rule the world, in my opinion. So, see, China is spending $900 billion US dollars for this new Silk Road. Okay, they are bringing back their new Silk Road. The ancient Silk Road is getting into various projects. So, we should also try to apply and bring our spice route into equally fight with. So our economic competitor is not US. In my opinion, it's only China. Okay, and we have to convert our natural resources and other, our identified theme and identified, natural routes, ancient trade route into a cultural route. How to convert it to a cultural route? It is a project. It is not a simple thing. It is a big project. Cultural route is a cultural project aimed at development and promotion of an itinerary or networking based on historic route. It's a concept. It's a phenomenon of transnational importance that manifests heritage values. These routes offer an impressive mix of different products and services to their customers. It attracts larger and larger number of visitors. So imagine it's all possible through your see the Council of Europe logo, and in Europe, they forgot all our differences between each country, from Germany and United States, United Kingdom. They are, as a business venture, they are all united now, and they are coming out with 25 culture routes. India doesn't have even a single one. So my ambition is, at least we have to start. We are talking about history. Tamil. Okay, all should convert it into a culture route. It is not a single man's job or a single process job. It is a government role, and we have to depend on our government, and a lot of researchers should come forward to their project interdisciplinary way. Okay, nothing wrong in asking. If you don't know something, you ask your fellow history professor or hello history student. History, Tamil, and computer science should join together and come out with creative ideas to give more, to create more new products, like what I have done. I have done one. Okay, there are thousands and thousands of opportunities. Okay, you must take it. And there's objective of this session is, to really apply your mind and come out with flying colors. Okay, this is the culture route. What is smart tourism? It refers to the application of ICT, information and communication technologies, for developing innovative tools and approaches to smart tourism. Is not physical tourism. It's a different wavelength. Okay, so you have to believe, and those who want to really experience, go to Singapore Museum, online Singapore Museum, and imagine and see that I have given the web link. See how anybody can visualize. Okay, that gives a virtual reality. Then the power of virtual reality they will realize. So a country like Singapore, which doesn't have as history as India, when they are investing so much, and India offers so much of it, particularly Tamil Nadu, opportunities are abundant. We'll have to really apply our mind and try to do something useful. It's reliant on core technologies as ICT, information communication technologies, mobile communication, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, virtual reality. And with all this, you have to design your product, attract more and more tourists. Okay. Even now, Tamil Nadu is the number 2, I think. The more number of tourists visiting for the entire country, India, I mean, Tamil Nadu plays a major role. Okay. So imagine without all these facilities, we are able to attract with all this smart city and smart tourism taking shape, and really it's going to be a wonderful. And how to classify the foreigners' arrival pattern using big data analytics. So this requires data from Ministry of Tourism, and Tamil Nadu is one of the states in India which attracts many foreigners, as I've told you, okay, with natural and heritage sites. And we'll have to interact with Tamil Nadu Tourism Development Board also, because they are having their own traditional tourism product, with that they are able to attract. But the new tourism product should entrepreneurs and researchers and students, okay, even students can see nowadays students can do more creative products than the government. Okay, it is all in the mindset. Okay, so it requires a real big unifying force. Okay, somebody has to take the lead, and for which a market survey has to be done. And after creating your product, you should train the trainers of CII and tourism development authorities and the tourist guides. See, whatever the load has to be faced by the tourist guides, they have to be trained. They assume that in Madurai some 100 guides. If they are not aware of these personal gadgets, new smart tourism gadgets, how they will apply their mind, how they can help the real tourists when they arrive. Okay, it will become a very impossible task. Now, what is big data? So we all know about RDBMS data, Oracle data, Ingress data, and Foxborough data. They are all called structured data. Okay, but the smart tourism requires unstructured data. Unstructured data is nothing but your video files, audio files. Keeps pouring in to 24 hours. Okay, we are receiving through our mobile, our desktop, and we are receiving so much of data. It's really huge. It's really big. Okay, how to handle all those data? That's another challenge. Okay, let me tell you. So these are all the technologies revolving around big data. You have to have a cloud source. You have to have cloud infrastructure. You should be, your presence should be in social media, not only Facebook. You should be in LinkedIn and all other social aspects. Okay, and how you are going to have your position geolocalization. Okay, your mapping where you are at present. Okay, you should be able to clearly. You should be transparent. Okay, and your mobile. Okay, you have to keep updating your mobiles. And from real time to virtual. See, I've been talking about immersive experience to provide virtual tourism. How it is possible? Because there is a catch between augmented reality and virtual reality. Augmented reality is 70% real, the place where it is happening, but with 25% of technology value addition. So it becomes a augmented reality product. Whereas virtual reality is 100% animation. That means pure animation without any realistic value attached to it. So you should know the difference between where to apply animation, 100% virtual reality, where to apply augmented reality. But heritage structure require augmented reality. That is why they're focusing on augmented reality. And what are the 3 V's of big data? Variety, structured data, semi-structured, unstructured, pouring in, okay, art of audio, video. If you want to know about Madurai, earlier there was one Oracle table. Now it is Oracle. If you want to know about Madurai, there are plenty of video tapes, there are plenty of audio signals. All these things can be a source of data. So that shows about variety. And velocity. Earlier, it was all batch processing. Now everything is dynamic. With the advent of new technologies, velocity has been increasing. The streaming data is increasing like anything. Velocity is very fast. And volume from petabytes to exabytes, zettabytes, it keeps on growing. We all know that. Then this is a general architecture of big data analytics. Suppose you want to provide a virtual tourism analytics data, you have to understand this. Yeah, suppose a history professor with along with student has some idea, approach your computer science professor. Both of you sit together, and then let the computer science professor give you the general architecture, and the history professor give you the design with the evidence from Tamil professor, and join together, you'll be able to produce wonders. Okay. These are all the sources, transmission, how they get transformed into data warehouse from traditional CSV and table format. Then what are all the big data background, how to map produce big high technologies, how to use about all those things, how to query those data, unstructured and structured data into useful information, how to convert the online analytic processing. That is another important technology. Data mining is a conventional data mining. The moment it becomes handling unstructured data, you need OLAP. Okay, this reports, queries, otherwise is all one and the same. This is a general views I'm telling. Okay, try nothing wrong. Anybody can learn in a couple of hours. If you sit together, you'll be able to do it. This is a specific framework for tourism in which he is very clearly told data staging and data shrinking. These are data shrinking means the huge data like a sample you can draw and then apply for your module. Okay, and then what is mobile and mobile ability information sharing and all those things. Okay, pre-processing, what are all the machine learning algorithm, how to predict their data, how to predict the forecast, and how to forecast through statistical models and through big data analytics machine learning model. These are all the models how we are going to go about, and we will tell you. And we all know that we get data from our RDBMS by batch processing mode, but with the help of various web sources, and our customers are browsing, and it is also become a source of data. How there is a tool called Google Trend. Go and search for Google Trend. Using Google Trend, okay, you can see for this particular reference, 2012 Koi and Varian aggregated Google Trends data for Hong Kong tourism demand forecasting. You can use this data. How they have done, how they use Google Trend for predicting Hong Kong tourism, how it's going to be for another 2 years, how it's going to be for another 5 years. So with this Google Trend data source, even you can do it for Madurai, for Google Trend, you can collect. It's all available free. Okay, you can make use of it. And Yang et al. Use web search query volume. International community always searching for, the Google is searching, how they are searching, the mode of search, what they are searching. Okay, what is a verbose they are using. With this, we can predict their mood and how they will come, when they will come, what they will be, how long they will be staying, what are all the recipe, cuisine they'll be interested in. It offers when the moment other people come, visit India, tourism offers a lot of other industries to really grow. So this is Google Trend, and these are all the machine learning algorithm and support vector machine learning, multi-layer perceptron. These are all the algorithms using which you can predict, pinpointly can predict what is going to be your people, how many people will be visiting Madurai in another, next year. If you want to predict, you can predict. Okay, with this kind of setup, experimental setup, applying multi-layer perceptron, you can do it. So one part of big data analytics in tourism and smart tourism analytics we have completed. With this kind of experimental setup, you can sit with your friends and do this interdisciplinary project complete. Okay, we'll move to the phase 2. I know that you're all hungry. Okay, I'll try to finish it as much as early as possible. See, the phase 2 is the Tamil merchant guilds and their intercontinental trade metrics. Sir was saying about so many things, Anjuvanam. There are so many people. We are restricting our narrowing down into a particular spice route. Okay, it is called spice route. Ours is called spice route. Another way of knowing is maritime Silk Road. Is the name given to the network. They stretch from west coast of Japan through islands of Indonesia, around India and lands of Middle East, and from there across Mediterranean to Europe. Okay, I'll show you the map. Its distance are about 15,000 kilometers. We are also part of it. We should be proud of it. Even before 2500, our people were doing all those things. Okay, you can also do it. See, this is the real map I wanted to show you. This is the connection of Silk Route and trade route. Okay, along this spice road, you choose one route and try to explore your new ideas, convert it into a cluster route, and it will bring prosperity to Tamil Nadu and India. Okay, what are all the merchant guilds of India and the international trade route they built since Sangam age? And even during prehistoric time, it's still an unexplored area. Even if it is unexplored area, plenty of opportunities are available. In olden days, mariners, artisans, traders, monks used to set sail together, and this trend continued till the advent of modern shipping. எல்லாரும் ஒன்னா தான் போயிருக்காங்க, தனித்தனியா போல. போர்படை வீரர்களோட merchant guilds members-உம் போயிருக்காங்க. Okay. So the international community called Anjuvanam is another guild consisting of Jewish, Christian, and Muslim traders operating in the ports of Malabar, Coromandel Coast, and Java. Java is nothing but Indonesia. So Syrian Christian Grant is also, Proof is also there. Manigramam, Nana Desir, and all these things, they were all warriors. Okay, and then they became merchants. Okay, Once they have some problem, after fighting fire, a war with somebody, and they can become a merchant guild member. And iNutriver is our focus, and with this Tamil group, iNutriver. It's a medieval merchant guild originating in Tamil Nadu, between 8th and 13th centuries. So this is a ship with which they have traveled across the continent. By 3 months they have reached the Europe continent. And how they traveled, Sir has already seen. In my opinion, there were two kinds of movement. One is circuitous routes from Adayar to Kavaripumbettinam. Okay, in the earlier time they have traveled from Madras to Kavaripumbettinam. They have traveled, and there were so many towns, connecting. Within that, there were so many towns. So this is called circuitous routes. And deep sea route is all about the real intercontinental trade happened. Okay, the brave treacherous seas and eventual hostility reception and arrival on unknown land. These journeys were not undertaken purely in the spirit of adventure. The driving force behind them was trade. So it was all trade. Okay, that was a driving force behind. Even now, this business, venture will give more motivation to do interdisciplinary project. Okay, this next, the premium product. Why did you choose black pepper? These agro-based commercial items of the ancient Tamil reached the countries beyond the sea, where black pepper, pearls, ivory, cloves, sandalwood, teak, rosewood, agil, rice, peacock feathers. But in our study, we are going to talk about only pepper. Among all these commodities, black pepper was a premium product. And what is black pepper? This is a tree for about 13 meters. You go along the silver oak trees. Anybody who would like to see it, this is a visual treat, really. The Sangam literature. Those who have not understood what Sir has studied in Tamil, I have given you the tantalizing description of Musaris in Ahanadu and anthology of the early Tamil poems on war and love. Okay, Nettutogai, the city where the beautiful vessels, the masterpiece of Yavanas. Yavanas means Europeans. Still white foam on the Chui Periyar, river of Chera, arriving with gold and departing with pepper. And the Mushid brimming with prosperity was besieged by the din of war. Okay, such a beautiful explanation. Okay. This is spice route. And the Roman Empire, the Emperor Augustus, there were a temple for Emperor Augustus in Musiripattinam. In Kerala, there was a temple for Roman. Okay, even early Tamil literature contains several references of Yavanas. We can go through it. Okay, so black pepper. So the value, as I've told you, it is accounts for 1/5 of the world's spice rate is now black pepper in the entire spice rate. So if Sir has told in detail about this, Vienna papyrus dating back to the mid-2nd century. Okay, a text of an agreement. That agreement he showed. This is an agreement. Okay, even now it is available. It happened between a Tamil, between two business people. Okay, one happened to be a Tamil. And let me come to my own study. So we are studying the trade routes originating from Tandikudi mountain village and various clustering towns with related to that. The interrelating pattern from Musiripattinam port town and Korkai. அதாவது வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை, தாண்டிக்குடியில இருந்து கேரளாவுக்கும் போயிருக்கு, முசிறிக்கும் போயிருக்கு, கொர்க்கைக்கும் வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த கிளஸ்டரிங் டவுன்ஸை எடுத்து நாங்கள் we are doing our research. The cultural route is a cultural project, as I've told you. It's a phenomenon of transnational importance that manifests heritage values, and it's an impressive mix of different products. Unless you understood this, your content cannot be as good as it should be. It constitutes a new category of cultural good which generates an interaction between a monument. Monument mattum paakama adukku munnadi irukra history you should be able to visualize and put it in your mobile app with the regional flavor. Okay, you cannot forget Tamil. Cultural route differs not only in thematical focus but also in their network structure, management capacities, development approaches, geographic dimension, target groups, international groups, quality standards, products and services. This theory input is very essential. If you go deep into, you have to read about culture, then only your product development will be really good. So trade guild inscription Tandikudila இன்னைக்கு இருக்கு அந்த விநாயகர் கோயில் கிட்ட. Suppose I want to read this. Okay, I am new to computer science. I am seeing this in my mobile app. In my mobile app, it should read and it should give the explanation in English. So that is a part of computer science expertise. Okay. So like wherever you find inscription, even it is written in Tamil only, but can you understand? You can't. Okay. So this kind of translation work can be done through automation procedures, for which you need big data analytics. And slowly the product is coming into and getting a new name called cultural heritage technologies. And the real technology mode we are coming now. So whatever we are have talked about is revolving around big data technology. Another new important technology is called augmented reality, which can only give that immersive experience. The best way to understand augmented reality is that the help of the virtuality continuum concept introduced in 1995. This term refers to the scale that starts from the real environment and showing the road to a totally virtual environment, passing through augmented reality and augmented virtuality. I've given that web link, you can verify it and you can see what I mean. Okay. So digitization techniques involved in cultural heritage, there are several frameworks. Okay, and there are several frameworks, but I would recommend Tango platform by Google, which will give a lot of laser scanning. How to read Tamil inscription? Sample input is given to a binary and pre-processing mode, and then gets segmented, recognized, and then documented and digitized output. Okay, audio output, it can be inscription பார்த்து உங்க மொபைல் ஆப்பை நீங்க ஸ்கேன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அதனுடைய audio form வந்து you can hear in your headphone. It is possible. Okay, but how to convert it into a product, it's a challenge. How to read Tamil inscription? Material methods. You have to take a simple sample inscription from the walls of the ancient temples, scan the image using optical character recognition scanner design. From scratch, to be able to feed it through CNN, there is an algorithm named CNN to train the characters from the ancient inscription, high resolution image, and then convert. The image recognition techniques and machine learning techniques produce a digitized equivalent modern day Tamil translation. Okay, with exact speech application. Okay. And what is augmented reality? It is a concept involving, brings a virtual world closer to the real world, engrossing the user into high definition functionalities. It's engage AR apps for Android, iOS, Windows that elevate the user experience to a different level altogether. It will increase the brand value. So taking visualization to the next level beyond imagination. Okay, all must know what is augmented reality. Please go and read a lot. Okay, it's a geo-targeted market. And there are plenty of tools for augmented reality and mobile augmented reality, digital marketing agencies, there are plenty. This, please take down this, Photoshop, take a screenshot with Museum Nextcom from Singapore Museum. It will give the real experience, how virtual immersive experience is all about. Okay. The visitors can download the app and they can use it. And let me come to the real finishing touch. The Council of Europe Cultural Route Program, it certifies a cultural route. International level certification, if you can get the traffic from other countries to our Madurai or India will improve. Okay, how are you going to achieve it? That is $1 million question. That is the objective of this study. Okay, how to convert ancient trade route into a culture route? It should be internationally certified route. Okay, these are all the inputs. This Council of Europe's aiming to preserve the diversity of European culture of heritage. Okay, they have their own this thing, yardstick, and they have given some 24 certified routes. Likewise, we have to have our own culture route, then the things will be very, very prosperous. So in our value chain integration, our literary inscription evidences, we have clustered some towns, how, let us see, and the Tamil merchant guilds. Okay, and we have converted the ancient trade into cultural heritage route. This is how we have done it. Tandikudi is a mountain village in Lower Palani Hills, occupies a unique position. The available data accumulated through the exploration and excavation gives an idea of cultural process of Palani Hills. And then, the trade guild inscription, what I have shown you, we have given some inscription, and how it reaches Korkai and the antiquity of Korkai that should be brought into the system, brought into the product. It's the oldest port, okay, and it's recognized by the representative Eritrean Sea of Kolchi as Kolchi, and the correct identification came about in the year 1838. Ptolemy calls it Kolkoi. And our proposed culture route is from Tandikudi, Kundurayan Kotai, Kurivithurai, Cholavandan, Thiruvedagam, Tennur. From Tennur again Tirupurangundram, Anayur, Keeladi, Tiruchuli, Arpukotai, Pandalkudi. And then the cluster 3 is Pandalkudi, Perungulam, Korkai, Tondi, Nagangulam. So we have designed this. It took a lot of months, six to 7 months we have spent. So we have collected enough evidences. We are in the process of converting into a culture route. So let me conclude. So I hope the participants would have realized the importance of interdisciplinary approach, and with the help of government and other agencies. The collaborative practices need to be enhanced professionally. We applied network governance models and promote cultural route by all stakeholders, government, hotel industry, tourism department, and researchers. The necessary funding assistance must be provided by the government for the key skill development and capacity building. And we have to, after launching the product, we have to train the trainers, I mean tourist guides, okay, and cross marketing activities. Okay, so I think I have done justice to my given time. Okay, I have completed. This is the conclusion part. Thank you very much for the opportunity. These are all the references. Thank you.